Ladies and gentlemen, Raila Odinga is called Agwambo. Agwambo is the mysterious one. Something you can't understand. Raila Odinga today played Piki Piki Ponki Pakamilu disco games with the Kenya Kwanza government for close to 6 good hours. At the end of the day, the police realized that they were chasing empty cars when the cars, I think, stopped somewhere at CID headquarters in Kiambu Road. Because at some point, the convoys placed themselves into, I think, 4 units. But Raila Odinga was busy meeting with his top cream team at his Jaramogi Odinga Foundation, where they addressed the press while the police was still busy chasing some of the cars, which were carrying the likes of Okanga and the likes of Gaucho. I'm going to do a proper analysis about today's Mandamano, because we saw the government determination to paint the demonstrations as violent, to stop the Azimio team at all cost. You saw what happened in Gongron, where a vehicle was actually banned by the same government goods. You also saw what happened in Thika Road, where a petrol station was allegedly looted by the same goods. And you also saw in Mombasa Road, where a lorry was banned. In all those 3 instances, the operation was the same. In fact, the third one was the case of the lorry, which was headed to Uganda, I think, and the driver was forced to leave the lorry there. Some people are suggesting that probably was also part of them, but the driver left the lorry there, clearly. And then also something which did not go without notice is how the police left the vehicle instead of protecting it to allow the goons to complete their operation. I will do a proper analysis about that later today. But I want us to look at something which took place in Jubilee Party, a political earthquake. William Ruto's allies, Kenyan Politics, Sabina Chege, today kicked out Uhuru Kenyatta from Jubilee Party and replaced him with Sabina Chege as the new party leader. The truth of the matter is that I'm not so sure whether they're going to succeed. But Sabina Chege, Kenyan Politics today called for a press conference and they removed Uhuru Kenyatta as the party leader. I want us to look at that latest development. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or 2, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And on the same breath, you can also support this channel through the numbers on your screen. Now, let us get back to the main issue, and let me begin by playing for you the clip of Ruto's allies earlier today.
By operation of Section 6(1) of the Presidential Retirement Benefit Act, which requires that a retired president shall not hold any office in any political party for more than 6 months after ceasing to hold office as president, the former party leader ceased to hold office as the party leader of Jubilee in March 2023. Therefore, any communication from him cannot bind the party and is of no legal consequence. In light of the above, this meeting has made the following resolutions: that the notice issued by the former party leader purporting to convene an NDC on the 22nd of May 2023 is hereby suspended, and the matter is referred to the Internal Dispute Resolution Committee for their further action. That the office of the party leader of Jubilee Party is hereby declared vacant. 7, that pending the convening of the Special National Delegates Convention, the Honorable Sabina Chege will be the acting party leader of Jubilee Party.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Kenyatta is also one of the smart politicians I know in this country. The fact that Uhuru Kenyatta failed to stop Ruto cannot invalidate the fact that Uhuru Kenyatta is a sharp politician. Uhuru Kenyatta did two things. The first thing Uhuru Kenyatta did when he formed Jubilee Party was that he made himself the party leader. If you go through Jubilee Party constitution, the party leader has absolute powers. That's why William Ruto could not compete with him in Jubilee Party. He made Jubilee Party a one-party affair. Let me just refer to you some of the things which he did in Jubilee Party. The powers he has. Let me just get Jubilee Party constitution. The roles of the role of the party leader. If you want to see that Uhuru is sharp. Now, according to Jubilee Party, the party leader shall be the overall leader of the party and the symbol of unity, oversee, coordinate, and supervise the implementation of the party's manifesto by the national government, county government, and their respective agencies under the Jubilee Party, issue directive for the performance of specific act or omissions thereof in furtherance of the activities of the party or fulfillment and compliance with the party manifesto, program, values, and ideals. Generally, the party leader chairs all meetings of National Delegates Conference. The president also preside over, the party leader also preside over party disciplinary caucuses. So if you're planning to, over parties parliamentary caucuses. So if you are a member of parliament in Jubilee, you cannot purport to hold a meeting unless that meeting is presided over by the president. So Kenyan Politics and the group try to do that. It also promotes political consultations, engagement, and cooperation with other political parties and coalition. So it's the party leader who decides that Kenya Kwanza, part of them, or Azimio is the party leader. Then, importantly, the party leader may attend or summon a meeting of any organ of the party at any given time. So, which means Uhuru Kenyatta can summon meeting anytime. So that's the first thing he did. He made himself an absolute party leader. The other thing Uhuru did, and this is why I think today in their press conference, the chairman did not speak. Uhuru Kenyatta ensured that the moment he was issuing you with appointment letter, he gave you two copies. One copy, appointment. Another one is resignation. And you had to sign all of them. Then you return a copy to him. So the resignation letter, it means anybody who is serving in Jubilee had their resignation letters signed already. So you are just given the appointment, then you sign the resignation letter, and then Uhuru would simply superimpose the date. So the officials like Nzoia and the rest were kicked out the other day, and Uhuru Kenyatta had their resignation letters, and that's why they were saying that those letters are forgery. But let us not get into that. Why do you think William Ruto engineered the removal of Uhuru Kenyatta from Jubilee Party as the party leader? That is the most important question as at now. For me, he did that because of 4 or 6 reasons. Number one, Ruto is keen on humiliating Uhuru Kenyatta. And is doing that using Kenyan Chege and Sabina Chege. Kenyan Chege and Sabina Chege were watu wa mkono wa Uhuru Kenyatta. So can you imagine today we are discussing that Kenyan Chege read a statement which kicked out Uhuru Kenyatta from his position as the party leader of Jubilee. And instead, he has appointed Sabina Chege. How does that look like? And then Uhuru Kenyatta will then go out tomorrow and fight back. It will be interpreted that a woman in the name of Sabina Chege kicked Uhuru Kenyatta out. So the woman card will come. And then these guys are likely to use state machinery to achieve their objectives. Because Uhuru is saying, I'm still the party leader. The Constitution of Kenya states that a former president is supposed to not to hold any party position if they were to benefit. Uhuru Kenyatta, I remember, told them he doesn't want those benefits. So let us wait and see how the court will make the ruling. But I tend to think that is the direction these guys want to do. Use the courts to humiliate Uhuru Kenyatta. Number two, I also tend to think that the other intention of today's meeting, which took place on the day of Azimio Mandamanos, were intended to divert the attention of the country from Mandamanos to the coup. But sadly for them, I think Kenyans were much more focused on the Mandamano, or Kenyans ignored them. Because the question then is, what is the benefit of Kenyan Kega having Jubilee Party? Does he even have the wherewithal to hold the position of a party leader? They don't. So the idea generally was simply to divert the attention of Kenyans from whatever was happening in Bomas, in the streets. So that Kenyans were like, okay, Uhuru is the founder of Azimio. He's been kicked out as the party leader. That's very interesting. Number three, if you ask me, the two gentlemen and other members of parliament are trying so hard to cling onto their positions in parliament. Sabina Chege has a position, deputy whip. Kenyan Kega has a position, which is legislative assembly in Arusha. Eden Kenyan has a role. So they want to protect these positions. And they can only protect these positions by ensuring that they take control of the party. You see, the other group of Kenyan Kega, they are not officials. So they have nothing to lose. Jeremiah Kioni is simply a secretary general, probably on payroll. So these guys just want to cling onto their positions. They don't want to accept. Because you see, the moment the Kioni group will take control of Jubilee, it will automatically mean that they are in Azimio. Then Azimio will then make the decision to kick people like Sabina Chege out of their parliamentary leadership. So that's also another thing. Number four, in my view, I also tend to think that William Ruto, as usual, is a very vengeful man. Uhuru Kenyatta frustrated him. That's a fact. We can't run away from that. And it's now his payback time. He wants to revenge against Uhuru Kenyatta. Ruto is keen on taking back Jubilee Party. In fact, I was talking to someone and he told me, Lee, if Uhuru Kenyatta had let Jubilee go, because Jubilee lost its meaning, then I'll come up with another political party and rally my troops using that particular political party. In fact, Uhuru should convene a meeting and have someone like the former Murang'a governor, Mwangi wa area, take over some roles. And lastly, I also tend to think that it's a game meant to stop the tyranny of numbers in parliament. You know, Ruto wants to have numbers in parliament. And Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to stop him. On paper, I'm talking of. So by having Jubilee on their own, signing the other side, it means they will shift them from Azimio, on paper now officially, to Kenya Kwanza. That will be helpful for them. And Ruto is also keen on stopping any emergence or resurgence of Jubilee as a political party in the mountain. There's no way Ruto will allow Jubilee to rise in the mountain. Because the moment Jubilee will rise in the mountain, it would mean only one thing. That there is a remote chance, going to be a remote chance that this group might attempt to create a leader around Jubilee in the mountain, even if that leader is not Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't know what to think, but those are my thoughts. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.